Right. So Lara suggested I call these cheese and fig flat cylinders, but I think I'll stick with cheese and fig coins. I think that's better. Really easy to make. Plain flour, butter, put that in, and then you're going to crumble it together. So it's a bit like you're making a crumble. You can do this in a blender. It's very easy to do in a blender, but then I'd add the cheese at the same time. So you're just rubbing the dough and flour. You're just rubbing the butter and the flour together. So you get a kind of crummy mix. If you wanted to, you could add some spices here. You could add some black pepper, you could add a bit of cumin, maybe some chili. You could make it a little bit spicy, but I'm gonna keep it really simple and just go with cheese. This is where I wasn't clever because I should have just used one hand and then I'd have the other hand clean, but I didn't think. Anyway, cheese goes in, it's finely grated. I'm going with a nice strong mature cheddar, but you could use Parmesan, you could use a Gruyere, any cheese which has got a full flavour and is hard. So what happens, it starts forming like a paste with the butter softening. Okay, press it all together. Should form a nice ball or shape. It's looking good. Okay, so I've formed my dough, and ideally you want to make it into, well, it's like a log shape. The reason why you want to make it a log shape is it'll be easier to slice. So, I'm gonna roll this, and then if you want to, you can make it like square shape. If you want, it's really up to you. Just make sure it's nice and even and you don't have a really fat bit or a skinny bit. So that looks pretty good, and I'm going to pop that in the fridge so it firms up and the dough rests a little bit for about half an hour. So my cheese biscuit dough is sat in the fridge, just chilled out, and I'm just going to literally slice them into 1/2 centimetre slices. Put them straight on the tray. You can easily make this in advance. This is a recipe which I've adapted a little bit from my little French kitchen. It's such an easy one to make because you could make the dough in advance and then bake the biscuits, have them warm, or you can make the biscuits and they will keep in an airtight container for a good couple of days. Nice little snack, you know, aperitif, glass of wine, something a little bit fancier than your regular crisps or peanuts. And if you wanted to, you could make them seasonal. So this is a recipe you could easily do with bits of cheese you have left over from your Christmas cheese board, and simply use it up that way. Okay, I'm going to put figs. Figs? Yeah, I'm going to do figs. So I'm going to do some fig slices. Might need to cut them in half if they're too big. You could top them with a little bit of fresh chili. What else could you use? Apple. It's really nice because it goes well with cheese. You could keep it plain, sprinkle on a bit cumin. I don't know. It's really up to you. So many different options for toppings. I just think figs look pretty. Figs look pretty. So they're gonna go in the hot oven. Oh, I don't know how long they're gonna take. I'll see. I'll know when they're ready, when they kind of a little bit golden, they look firm and they get a golden base. In they go. Let's have a look. Well, they certainly smell delicious. We've had a little bit of an accident, but I don't think it's the end of the world because we can fix it. Everything is fixable. That's what I say. So you just simply, you might have to use something to slice them. Well, they're not all stuck together. I tried to cram in too many biscuits in one go. Now, I'm very generous with my cheese, so these biscuits are very cheesy. They're very cheesy and flaky. So they kind of crumble and melt in your mouth. There you go, a few biscuits there. On the wire rack. Some have ended up, falling apart. So you want to let the biscuits cool down a little bit before you put them in a container, otherwise they will go soggy. They will harden slightly when they cool. So right now they're super fragile. You just have to be a little bit more delicate and a bit more careful, which I'm not very good at. I tend to break things quite often. A bit clumsy in the kitchen. So that's pretty much my tray filled up. And my fig and cheese coins. Extremely Moorish. Cheese and figs with butter and flour in biscuit form. What more could you want? Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.